Hi class, I hope you are enjoying coding your first web pages, and most of you are doing a wonderful job. In this lesson, chapter 3, you have been learning some very important skills that we will build on the rest of the semester. Now, in your chapter project, you have learned about 4 basic types of links from a web page. You have learned how to link to another web page within the same website. You have learned to link to another web page in an external website. You learned to link to different locations on the same web page. And you learned how to use an email link. Now on this lab, I'm going to help you get started on lab 3.1. Now you'll notice that as we move along in the semester, I kind of wean you off of these little instructional videos so that you can have the joy of learning to code yourself and not be too dependent on me. And so this time I didn't do any of the chapter project because your book takes you through step by step. But on the lab, I think this time you need a little more help getting started. So we're working lab 3.1 in your textbook. This is on HTML 147 of your Shelley Cashman book, lab 3.1. We're creating a web page with links. Now in this particular lab, we're going to be using 2 of the 4 basic links that you've been studying about. We're not going to link to another web page in the same website, and we're not going to link to a web page outside of the website, to an external web page. But what we're going to do is link several times using that target link, where we link to different locations within the same web page. Then at the very last of the assignment, you will see that we will create an email link. So notice that I have the basics of this, our code using the template. You should have this basic code set up. You remember, you use this code every time to start every lab. So hopefully you've got that template created and you just change the title to lab 3.1. Now let's get started. Okay, notice on step 2, all right, it says begin the body section by adding the image recycle.png. So you should have that recycle.png file saved from where you downloaded your files. And align this image to the left. Use the margin left and right with values of 10 pixels. So below the body code, we're going to use a division style, a div style. Now what that does is a container that's going to hold our image. So if we want to affect certain attributes to just certain parts like our image, then we can put it in a container, in a division tag, so that it won't affect the rest of our web page. Okay, so let's begin with the div style equals float left margin left 10 pixels, just doing what it told me on my instructions. Margin right 10 pixels. In my quotes. All right. And we want to put our image in now. IMG SRC equals recycle.png. Now remember, when you're putting in the recycle.png, make sure you spell it right, and it's in quotes. Make sure that file is in the same folder as this HTML document that you're working on. Width equals 152. Height equals 250. Alt, always put your alt in there. Your recycle Okay, don't forget to close our div tag. All right, now, next step, step 3, add the heading, Help the Earth, Recycle. Format the heading to use Heading 1 style, left align, italic with the font color black. Now, we are using all inline styles for this chapter. You're going to learn how to do something different later, but for right now, you're learning inline styles. Okay, so let's do our header. You know we're going to use the H1 style, H1, heading 1, style, equals, font, style, italic, help the earth recycle. Whoop, spell your words right. And then, of course, close your heading 1. Okay? Very good. Okay, now you've added your header. Your header, H1 style, help the earth recycle. And then after that, you have this paragraph as shown in the picture, shown in figure 352. Now, how do we get, you see how your bulleted list is down under the picture? If you just add the bulleted list, it's not going to be in the right location as shown. So what you need to do, you need a break and a clear in there to get back to the left margin. So to do that, break, style, equals, clear. Then we're going to the left, back to the left, margin. Okay, so you need that little code down there to, it's kind of like you're hitting return, so that you get back to the left margin, down under that image, back to the left margin. Okay, hope you understand. And we're going to put in the unordered list now, the bulleted list, which will then be links to our targets. Okay, so unordered list, UL style, and our list style, we want list type, it is square. We want little square bullets. Okay, then for each bullet, LI, and we're going to make it a link. Use your A tag, href equals. Now remember, we're linking within the same page, so we're going to use the hashtag about. Okay, this text here, Q&A about recycling, will be our hotspot. This is our clickable link, our text. So you close the anchor tag and then close LI, the bulleted list. Okay, now the next bullet is also a link within this same page. Hashtag win, in quotes. I left off the quotes. Don't leave off your quotes, it won't work. Your clickable link is when to recycle. Close your anchor. Close your bulleted list. Okay, so we have our bulleted list, which is also a hyperlink to link within this web page to about, when, and contact. So you remember, if you're going to link within a web page, there are two parts that you do. The first part, the ahref equals, in quotes, hashtag about, close quotes, and your clickable link. But you have to have an ID. It's got to know when you click on this, where do you want to go? Okay, so we have below our list, we're going to put an ID. ID equals about. Remember, you're using this anchor tag. All right, and then you just put in your H2, your header 2, which is a little smaller than your heading 1, about recycling. Close your heading 2. Whoops. Now, what's going to happen, you go ahead and type your paragraph there under about recycling. And this ID, AID about, lets the code that tells it when I click right here, hash about, that I'm going to go right here to the AID about. Now, so you got to be sure that you spell this and this the same way, or your link is not going to work. Understand? Hope you understand. That's as far as I'm going to go. Almost through the whole project, but I think you can take it from here.